Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be starting a new series in Ptfs, or also known as Pilot Training Flight Simulator. So basically, we're going to try to visit every airport in the game. I'm going to include road base and oil rig as well. So it's going to be a bit annoying. But basically, I have to use a different plane every single time I want to go between an airport. So we need to be considerate over what plane we choose. And we're obviously starting in Greater Rockford. Let's use an Aer Lingus. There we go. Let's push back. So, I think we're gonna head to Mella first. Oh, the pushback here is a bit strange, but it's straight back. I thought it was slightly curved. It's a really long pushback from this place. I might in the future make a series in Ptfs where I try to, like, what is that? Do every single mission in the game. That's something we could consider doing. Alright. Let's go slowly. That's not even the right way. Right. Right. Let's just do this, I guess. I didn't notice that was the wrong way. Let's still do taxiing. Let's just forget that I just had to do this. Alright, we're now going to start heading the correct way, which is progress. Let's go to runway 27L, I think it is. Something like that. But we're going to the one literally right ahead of us. Well, let's actually see. I think it's in airport charts. It's 25L where we're going to. Yeah, you can now see it, 25L. Sure, let's go here. I was gonna do that sharp turn, but we were going a bit too fast. 747 is a pretty cool way to start this series, in my opinion. But anyways, let's do a pretty quick takeoff. Right into the sun we're gonna go. Alright, and we're off. Let's just go on a short trip to Mella International Airport. I think it's international. That's Baltic Airfield over there. There we go, it's now showing. This is a big plane. Really big plane, so it's nice to get out of the way. But it's also really cool to fly with it. Let's fly with it right here. Cool place. And let's maybe start slowing down a bit. I mean, it is right there. Let's line up with the runway, because I'm pretty sure it's right there. No, we need to turn a bit more. Let's put the flaps on. That's just gonna let us go a bit slower on the approach and land slower. 51% throttle might be what we need. Okay, 52 should be good. Let's try to butter our first landing. That would be pretty good. I'm not that good at landing in this game. And the 747, I don't think it's a too easy plane to land with. That wasn't too bad, actually. I don't think that was too bad. Alright, let's just taxi to the gates. Alright, so there's the exit. We're gonna have to go a pretty long way, which isn't great. But we can't do much about it. There we go. If we landed from the other side, which is the side we just came from there, the 07 runway, it would have been much quicker. But obviously, I didn't think about it at the time. So, now we're stuck with this. There's a few airports where, of course, we can't really land at because there's, like, not a runway there, I guess. So some, like, planes, some airports will have to get removed, such as, I don't know, Waterloo. I don't think that would work. Anyways, let's delete the plane and get a new one. And stay on this island. Well, this Greater Rockford generally. Let's go for a little 727 TEDx cargo. Pretty specific plane, but even better. I think he's got an SU-57 there. Oh, we should have taxied the other way. It's too late now. So actually, is it? Well, it is too late, but is it the wrong way? I don't know. I'm gonna try to get to Airbase Gary though. Whoa, we're going way too fast. So there's not actually a runway. Like, goes through the runway, but it doesn't show that you can depart there. It's still going way too fast. It's still going a bit fast. I think that's better. There we go. And another turn. We're gonna miss this one a bit. That's fine. Let's take off straight away. Don't you need flaps while taking off? I think so, right? Or will that just make it so we literally can't fly off? I don't know. But Airbase Gary is somewhere in that direction. Let's put the flaps off, put the gears up. And yeah, it's right there. Let's do a little loop. Let's maybe put the gears down as well. And let's land this thing at Airbase Gary, which is a military airport. There we go. Let's go a bit forward and then we'll turn right. Yeah. That's pretty well aligned. Oh, that's a wonderful approach. Well, I guess we are a bit high up, so maybe it's not that good of an approach. Let's see. That was a bit rough, but it could have been worse, honestly. Oh, great. We're in for another long taxi. That's gonna be a really long taxiway, like, you know, journey. We should have landed on the other side, but I didn't really remember. Let's slow down a lot to make this turn. There we go, 25% throttle, that's what I was trying to get. I wonder what we can even spawn here. Probably just military jets. That's why we can't really waste them too early. We should probably also go for like bigger military jets here if they are some, because some airports you can only just spawn a tiny one. Let's also make sure we accidentally don't bring 747 into Sabah as well. Alright. And then right. and stop. And delete it. And now we have to find the plane. There's helicopters, military jets, random stuff, paratrike. I don't really want to go with that. Ooh, let's go with a KC 767. Right. Don't you think this guy's a bit big? Where do I take this massive plane? Oh god, that's a bit fast. Let's turn left there, of course. And just take off. Hopefully the plane can take off. Let's do a quick takeoff just in case. Let's see. Let's climb a bit and then we'll turn. Think we could land training center or Baltic airfield, and that was a close call. This thing barely turns. I don't think this will be able to land at Baltic airfield, honestly. And training center will have, like, you know, Cessna as the only plane we can fly. Let's just go to the training center, right? Because otherwise we're gonna have to fly a Cessna pretty far. So training center should just be right there to the right. A KC-767 should not be there, honestly. But we're taking one there, of course. There's the Greater Rockford Stadium. Pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, right down there. Rockford FC. This is a pretty plain. Oh god, pretty plain plane. Like, that's not really colorful. It looks like it doesn't have much color, you know. Looks pretty boring. But pretty sure they look exactly like that in real life, so no complaining. Alright, we're gonna need flaps here. This is gonna be a pretty difficult landing. I'm pretty sure the wheels are too far apart for this runway. Oh god. Let's do a rough landing. Yeah, there we go. Let's stop here. Yeah. That's a bit of an overrun. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. That's a huge overrun, in fact. Why did I expect this massive tank to land on the runway in training center? This is literally meant to be an airfield, like an airport for Cessnas, not a Casey tanker, you know? This is going to be a short taxi, even though we're going to do the full runway. Alright, we're most of the way there. Let's just go get a Cessna at this point. We're not gonna do Coast Guard stations, probably. Alright, so we're gonna be going right here. And then left. Alright. Let's get our next plane, which is a Cessna 172, of course. There we go. Oh wow, this has literally 0 turning. I can barely turn this at 20. Look at this. Literally full turning. I barely did it. Alright, let's get out of there. And let's head to Baltic Airfield. It's like my final airport here. Right? Airbase Gary, Greater Oxford, Mellor, Training Base Baltic Airfield. So then there's Waterloo Road Base and Coast Guard Station. But Waterloo, of course, not. Coast Guard Station, no. And Road Base, probably not as well. I don't think you can even spawn planes there. Well, let's not do road bases, they barely even come up anyway. Alright, Baltic Airfield should be right over there, but this plane is so slow. Yeah, that sucks. It's not great, that's really slow. It's right ahead of us. There's HMS Queen Elizabeth over there as well. Now we're probably going to have to visit that as well later. Probably next episode. Actually, no, we can fit that in. We can fit it in. This is a long flight. And this is like the closest airport we could have gone to, which is also a bit annoying. I'm gonna get so much flight minutes for this. For just flying a Cessna between training center and Baltic airfield. This isn't my main account, of course, so yeah. I don't even think we need to head into there with flaps, but I'll still do it. And I'm going way too fast as well. Luckily, we're not in an aircraft that can go like 500 miles an hour. Or knots. Knots are even... They're like 1 point something miles. Not exactly sure how many. But yeah, 500 knots is more than 500 miles. And we are going too slow. There we go. Yeah, we don't need flaps. Flaps are for when the landing's pretty difficult. Not for when you're landing something that is really, really easy to land. That was terrible, honestly. I should have done much better than that. Alright. Let's just quickly get over to HMS Queen Elizabeth. No, thank you. Let's take a MiG 15. That is tiny. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing can just depart after 2 centimeters of runway. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be a fast aircraft as well. Yeah, I guess it kind of departed. This just looks like a drone. Kind of. Like a war drone. Anyways, yeah, we won't see the speed of that plane. Because we need to land. HMS Queen Elizabeth is right there. Should be easy to land there. This is probably like the shortest flight of this video. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Let's land quickly. That's good. That's good, that's good. Stop. What is happening? Oh great. I have no idea what just happened. Let's try that again. Let's try landing again. Yeah, there we go. Stop. Honestly, that's good enough. That's good enough, I guess. Let's just spawn back. Alright, so that's the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. We've used some interesting aircraft, to say the least. I mean, we've already used a 747, some random aircraft. What can we even spawn here? Okay, so it's not bad here. So see you in another video. Bye.